There are old ballads that feel remote, ceremonial, almost archaeological. And then there is Little Musgrave and Lady Barnard, better known as Matty Groves, which feels less like a relic and more like somebody leaked the group chat from 400 years ago. It has everything: desire, bad judgment, class tension, a very efficient gossip, a furious husband. This is not just an old murder ballad, it is peak soap opera. The song is old, properly old. It was already known in writing by 1613, and even then it was probably old in oral tradition. Like many ballads, it survives in many versions, under many names, with details that shift across singers, places, and centuries. But the core story stays remarkably stable. Of course, people always recognize a good scandal when they hear one. A young man named Musgrave goes to church and pays more attention to women than to worship. Lady Barnard notices him. She tells him, in one form or another, that she has loved him for a long time, and the two arrange a tryst. A page sees what is happening and runs to tell Lord Barnard. Barnard arrives, wakes Musgrave, offers him a sword, kills him, then kills his wife as well, and finally orders them buried together, with the lady placed uppermost because she comes of nobler kin. Lust, witness, report, revenge, regret, class. What makes the ballad feel powerful is not simply that people cheat. Of course they do. What gives it power is that this is really a song about reputation and about gossip. The lovers might have survived desire. What they cannot survive is the fact that someone sees, interprets, and reports. The page is the crucial figure. He is the messenger, the informant, the snitch, the gossip columnist, and the algorithm all in one. Without him, there is no climax. With him, the private becomes public, and public shame becomes bloodshed. And then there is class, which the ballad never forgets. This is not a democratic tragedy where everyone suffers equally in the name of love. Musgrave is little. Lady Barnard is noble. Lord Barnard is not just a jealous husband, but a man whose status has been publicly compromised. Passion may be chaotic, but class remains perfectly organised. Of course, old ballads do not just survive on the page. They keep changing voices, accents, instruments, and moods. So let's hear what happened when different singers got hold of this scandal. The earliest available recording of the song is Green Maggard's Lord Daniel, recorded in Kentucky in 1934.
The first come down was dressed in red, the next was dressed in green. The next come down was a pretty fine bit of
By then, the ballad had already crossed the Atlantic, changed its name, and settled into Appalachian tradition. Same drama, different setting. The next one is Jean Ritchie's Little Musgrave, recorded by Alan Lomax in 1949. It is still close to the older ballad world, plain, direct, and carried entirely by the story. Folk musicians started playing the song in the 60s. Ewan, MacColl and Peggy Seeger recorded it under the title Matty Groves in 1961. Before the guitars and drama, this is how the scandal stands on its own. Joan Baez in concert in 1962 shows how quickly the ballad entered the folk revival mainstream. Once Joan Baez is singing it, this is no longer just a local scandal. It is repertoire. Martin Carthy in 1969 keeps the story front and centre. You can hear how much power the ballad already has before it turns into folk rock theatre. And then, English folk rock band Fairport Convention turns the whole thing into a movie. Their version, called Matty Groves, on Liège and Leaf in 1969, is stunning. Here is Simon Nicol from Fairport Convention introducing the song in 2012.
Here is a song about misadventure. It's a story which has not been out of the repertoire really much since it joined back on the Liège and Leaf album in 1969. Several people have sung it in succession, frequently using the same words. But it's a story of upstairs, downstairs misadventure, love gone wrong, trouble in paradise, castles, cuckoldry, and cutlasses.
It is a nice reminder that this ballad never became a museum piece. It stayed alive. The Fairport Convention often played the song under a title, Metal Matty, with electric instruments. Not quite metal, perhaps, but definitely louder, faster, and more dangerous. Christy Moore in 1976 took the ballad powerfully into a new territory, or perhaps back to an old one, Irish folk. Here is he with his band Planxty, decades later, introducing the song and also explaining how folk music works even in more modern times.
Anyway, this is a song which I came across most accidentally when I found a whole load of pages on the floor of an auction room down by the Liffey. I think it was Riley's auction rooms way back in the early 70s. There was no music with the words, so I brought it over to Andy and showed it to Andy, and he had this tune he'd learned from Nick Jones, and we married the two, and we came up with this song called The Ballad of Little Musgrave.
Younger generations keep playing the song as well. Here are American singer-songwriters Alela Diane and Alina Hardin playing the song. Their version is quieter and more intimate, which somehow makes the whole thing feel even more ruthless.
I won't come home, sleep with you tonight. By the rings on your fingers I can tell you are my master's wife. Well, if I am Lord...
Now we come to our version. We kept the original story, or at least one version of it, and added some electricity and energy to bring the drama front and center. But before you hear that, one modern ritual after an old scandal. If you enjoyed this story, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and go listen to another episode. Preferably before a page runs off and tells everyone else first. This is Little Musgrave and Lady Barnard.
Did go, little Musgrave, watch the fair women more than the prayers below. Lord Barnard's wife in velvet green passed softly through the throng. I have loved thee, little Musgrave, full long, full deep, full strong. At Bucklesford Berry waits a